It's Tuesday. It's your girl Candy K. Lynn.
And your boy Shout Time Shaw.
And it's time to
Pull up.
every Tuesday here on Pull Up the Podcast on Metaverse and YouTube Live. We talk.
Sports news, hip hop.
We don't talk about people.
We just give you the facts.
So we pull up anytime.
Any place.
Let's get it, Mr. Shaw. This is the time of the year I think we hate the most, right?
I
There's
don't know about
really
that no more.
not a there's really not a lot of sports.
I
There's
don't know about
really
that no more.
But there's really not a lot of sports. Like you're
Yes, it
gambling,
is. You
you're
got you got
gambling.
you got the shooters. You got the game, bro. You got Korean baseball. Like, come to find out, there is a bunch of stuff still going on. Like, it ain't dead. You got the PGA. You got tennis. Look, pull up. Pull up will expand in the next year. We will not be sunk into basketball, football. No, we
I
are
mean,
expanding.
yes, but who on our network? And you're right. When we get some listeners in Korea, tap in, because I got to get these episodes back
Doggone
uploaded.
right.
So Korea, if you are listening, Korea needs to tap in because then we can do it. But until then, it's
No, we're not gonna
like
do it because I'm not betting on. I'm not betting on nothing I don't know. Try shoot. I'm just telling you, it is stuff going on, but nah. And they got
right.
links to where you can actually go watch the shooting matches. Like, hey, here's the link. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna do it.
I'm a pass. I'm a hard
I'm
pass.
me
So
too.
hockey is over. The Colorado Avalanche have won their third Stanley Cup. They're done. We are in baseball season in the United States. Tennis is going on. The PGA
Mm-hmm.
is they're battling with the Live Tour because the Live Tour stole most of the players and paid them big money to go play in the
Mm-hmm.
Saudi Arabian tournament. So that's a whole nother story. But today, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about some American sports because there are certain people that never let us make it. And once again, we're talking the same people. Deshaun Watson, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. Same people, same stories.
One out of the three, he don't need no TV time. He need to get his life together. He need little baby said he just want to take 2 years off and go away. That's what he need to do. That man need to take 2 years out, go away, come back.
Who? Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
So Deshaun Watson's situation is continues to evolve. I'm gonna start with Kyrie. So Kyrie and Stephen A are of course going back and forth. So Kyrie Irving has made the decision to opt into his contract, so he will be in Brooklyn for another season. Now, again, we know all the chaos that took place last season. We were also on COVID protocol. I don't know if we're on part of COVID protocol because COVID is not going anywhere. So people are still very much getting COVID. They're very
Mm-hmm.
much contracting COVID still. So Brooklyn dealt with the fact that they were on COVID protocol previously. Kyrie had to miss games because of COVID protocol. And so what does that mean for Brooklyn? Like, what does that mean for a Brooklyn team? KD has been injured the last 2 years. You can't consistently get KD and Kyrie at the same time until you get in the playoffs, and then we see how that kind of works when you get to that point. So, what does this mean for this Brooklyn team at this point?
So as I, because again, I was off my job last year and I didn't realize what I should have been doing. I was focusing on co-parent. It should have been this. So saying that, I will have more updates about what's going on because Twitter is the best place for news. Twitter get everything first. Like, yeah, Bleacher Report, cool. Yeah, the score good, but Facebook, Instagram, not good for information. I'm just gonna be realistic. Facebook be having Twitter. You gonna get Walls tweeting out A, B, C, and D. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get the tweets from the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, all of the nature. So saying all that, I wasn't in tune with Kyrie last year, right? I'm in tune now because I'm on Twitter. The Brooklyn Nets don't care if they lose both of them. They are
Correct.
prepared to lose both of them.
And that's what the report said because
And
they
that
can't
says
go through another season like last season.
a lot about you two. That says a lot that both of you two have Hall of Fame. We've never heard nobody say that about Hall of Fame players. Potential Hall Kevin KD
First
KD
round.
KD book it.
First round.
Kyrie, he right there on the cusp.
Questionable. Yeah,
He's
because
right
of
there on
the
the
other
cusp.
stuff. He's gonna be. I feel like Kyrie is going to be like T.O. was with the NFL. Like we're gonna talk
Don't
about
say disrespectful.
everything. Well, I'm
So
just saying we're gonna
disrespectful.
talk about because T.O. hands down, and T.O. is playing in the other league. Hands down, T.O. should have been a first round Hall of Famer.
No question
Right?
there. No
There's
question
no
there.
one else with numbers that are
70
that
miles.
much better than his. So I feel like Kyrie Irving has had a phenomenal career, but we're always talking about the outside Kyrie stuff. And when the writers go to vote, I think that's
But
what
it's
we're going to talk
them. But look, they're not gonna vote him in first battle, but y'all the ones who telling these stories. Ignore him. Y'all the ones who
But what does
we want to know.
ignoring him get? Because again, he's
What
still in the NBA.
we all
He's
knew.
still a part of the team.
How many players in the NBA that we don't the Aaron Fox in the NBA?
There, but
Everything he say we not being quoted.
he's
I'm just
also
giving
not.
you.
He's not so
I'm
not
just giving
Kyrie
you.
level superstar.
I'm just giving you just a thought. You know, just using a player for instance, right?
But he's
Devin
not a
Booker. We don't
superstar.
you hear everything Devin Booker say?
Well, he broke up
My
with
thing is
him and the Kardashian. Him
the
and Kylie and
Kardashians.
Kendall are not together. That's all we hear. Like
Because the media is putting that out there. We want to know nothing about Kyrie Irving believing the earth was flat if the media didn't put that out there. So you take the bits, and this is my problem with them. Well, I'm not gonna knock Kyrie for that. You'll take the bits that he say to knock him, but you be the first one with a microphone in his face.
because
So you want him to say the mess ups. You
right?
want him to
Because
say
he's
that
good
crazy
content.
stuff. But on the back end, you not gonna vote.
Well, because he's good content, right? That's the reality. But my thing is, at this point, what responsibility is Kyrie taking all this? At what point is Kyrie and Kevin Durant? And I hope somebody can get this to them.
The media is more at fault than Kyrie, not Kevin Durant.
But Kevin Durant and Kyrie, for a team to say that about two future Hall of Famers that they're willing to lose. You think Chicago wanted to lose Michael Jordan?
And you knew that
at the peak of his career, like
Kevin, you knew what you was getting.
I agree. We talked about this when they got him.
So look. First of all,
Kevin Durant has never been. It has never been whether or not Kevin Durant was going to show up to play.
Start with the organization. First of all, we said that, but I don't care what they think. You hired Steve Nash, so you didn't expect for this to work.
We talked about that too. That he skipped the line.
All right. This ain't got nothing to do with him being white, because I believe Steve Kerr is a good coach. Nash.
This is not about race. This is about.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But it's not. So my point is, he skipped the line because of who he was, right? His Hall of Fame status. He was able, and because he was not black, because black coaches don't get to skip the line. But I think
I know Hall of Fame black coach gonna skip the line. I said never got to skip the line.
Yeah, nobody's getting to skip the line. But the reality is, you and I thought this was a bad hire. Steve Nash didn't have the experience as a coach. And you have to clarify, as you say, for those sound bites, so that I got more sound bites to verify what we're talking about. Like, we agree.
They can come for me. I can go sit wherever the YT people be and be very comfortable. It ain't about race. It's about, do you deserve it? It could have, listen, bro, you could have gave me any Steve Van Gundy, Jeff Van Gundy could have came from announcing and got that job. I would have been okay with it. Steve Clifford, anybody else, except for Luke Walton.
And he's also been able to skip the line because he was an assistant with that Lakers roster. And so he was on that Lakers team. His dad is who his dad is. He's been able, he knows people, right? But does that pay off? Like, will that pay? I mean, and that's the issue in Brooklyn. Like, I just think that KD and Kyrie need to like go meditate. Like, maybe call Phil Jackson and figure out how to like go to the mountains in Montana, right? Ask Kanye, can you use his Wyoming ranch? Not with Kanye there, but I need y'all to just go get in tune with yourselves so that you understand no one has to tell you every single day you're great. We know that.
They fake, bro.
Go show us you're great. Quit battling internally about what people say and how they feel about you. It's just
their problem. That's their problem, because y'all not going to sit down and talk about it. Like, you can easily go holler at Chuck. You don't think TNT will happily welcome you in, Kevin Durant, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to go sit down. You don't want to go sit down and have those conversations in real life because you're abroad. And this ain't nothing against Kevin Durant. I'm just saying, you don't want to go sit down. That's why you attack him. You shoot your slugs via Twitter. I'm surprised you was doing it from your main page and not your burner account, right? That's what I don't like about Kevin Durant. Everything with you, nah, bro, stand on that. You don't want to stand on that. Kyrie, on the other hand, he stand on all that crazy shit he say. Everything
but
crazy.
Here's the thing. Maybe this will help him. Draymond Green said today, out of his mouth, right? Because Stephen A. and Kyrie have been going back. You know how Stephen A. feels about Kyrie and the taking days off. But Draymond Green said today that
how we feel about him?
About who?
How we feel about him?
About Draymond?
No, not Draymond. Stephen A.
Stephen A.
Like 90 Stephen A. was cool. This new Stephen A. whitewashed.
I mean, I'm not gonna even get into that because Kendrick
I'm
Perkins.
just saying you're not.
But
You're
Kendrick
not
Perkins, but Kendrick Perkins had a conversation about Draymond calling him a coon. Like, listen, my point is, Draymond said today, like, I watched the episode today where he said, minus Kevin Durant, they do not win that third championship, right? To beat Cleveland. He said Golden State loved Kevin Durant. Everybody else didn't. So I think KD needs to hear the rest of us say, KD, we know you're great. But how many times do you need to hear us say that to understand it and just play? Like, tune out the outside noise and just be a basketball player. People will celebrate you. But when you leave Oklahoma, because you're not winning, you go to Golden State and you win. And even in a win, right? Y'all set out 2 years. What happens to Golden State? Like, it wouldn't even been a question in the finals if Kevin Durant was on that team. No question. So some of this is about them. And that's what the two of them need to understand. Like, as you said, if the media stops talking to Kyrie, Stephen A. has no reason to attack Kyrie.
Say that.
If Kyrie stops letting the media get under his skin and say,
that's not going to happen.
But why? Why must you entertain
He's not American. He's from Germany.
But what does that mean?
He's not American. He's not built for it tough.
Well, at some point, so what?
European. You name me a tough European player. You name me a tough European black player.
Well, I was about to say Dirk. Dirk didn't argue with the media and go back and forth. He just played basketball. Like, people question Dirk's greatness.
With the Ben Simmons, the Kyrie Irving, for me, it'd be like,
Andrew Wiggins didn't say nothing until we won. They talk about Andrew Wiggins too. He's from Canada.
Very Canadian. He ain't got none. Have you ever heard him talk? I don't think he got no personality. He ain't got no commercials or nothing. He was no one pick. He don't got no personality.
I just think I just want them to play basketball.
I ain't gonna say Stephen A. should have been fired.
He does
highly questionable. Hold on, not highly questionable. But what was
first take?
No. He was on no. I'm talking 90s when he used to chop it up with AI, early 2000s.
Yeah, but
I think it was highly questionable.
Yeah,
it might have been highly questionable.
The relationship.
I could have rocked with that Stephen A. This new Stephen A. I just don't. It's not like Shannon Sharp.
Game. That's what I need. That's why I keep saying I need everybody to understand. This is a job. Okay.
But he's not entertaining no more.
But like, at some point, but he is. He's entertaining the audience that he needs to entertain. And y'all are not necessarily the audience. So people can call it cooning or whatever. He's gonna be legendary. He's doing his job. What he's saying is Kyrie needs to go do his job. Stop worrying about Kevin Durant. Like, why do y'all feel the need to tweet back at people? You are Kyrie Irving.
Why not?
But why?
Why you just couldn't?
But why?
You can't just be letting people because you got to return the sender. Sometimes you need to return the sender. All right. And I'm not saying what Stephen A. I'm not calling Stephen A. a coon for what he said about Kyrie. I'm not even talking about Stephen A. for his back and forth with Kyrie. That might be needed. But other Stephen A. takes, it'd be so left field for me.
I don't necessarily agree with the takes either all the time. But again, I just pulled up Twitter, right? And somebody requoted Steve Harvey, right? And that's all I feel for Kyrie. You owe some people your absence. Kyrie owes the media outside a required press conference and sticking to the minimum as his PR rep. I would tell Kyrie, like, the stuff that they would be reporting from Kyrie would be like, the sky is blue today. Like Westbrook. You won't break my soul. Like, Westbrook opted in as well. to stay with the Lakers for an additional season, and he's playing Beyonce in the background, basically saying, it does not matter what you say about him being a Laker. You will not break him. So what? He had a bad season. What about all the great seasons that he has had? So I agree with you. Yes, these reporters attack people that are easy to frustrate. And if they stop giving them reasons to frustrate and shoot slugs in the way that Westbrook did, Westbrook thought he shot a slug that a lot of reporters didn't even catch because they hadn't heard Beyonce. So they missed it. They're not in tune. They don't even understand it. That's all that I'm saying about Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Like, to hell with some of these people. You solidified yourself as a great. Yes, we don't understand some of the shit you do, but as some you need to just go play basketball and be great. And once you win,
but KD do that. Like, I can't say because he sleep basketball. I don't even think he like women, right? I think he sleeps with a basketball at night.
Mr.
He gonna marry a basketball
again.
Huh?
You're making up stuff again. There's no proof of that. That is your alleged.
What you said. What you just said. If I ain't seen it, it ain't happened. You just said it. You said what I said. Huh?
You're making up stuff.
How am I making up stuff?
You're making up stuff. I don't know. He does sleep basketball.
Listen. I ain't never seen Kevin Durant in no club. I ain't never seen Kevin Durant take no pictures.
He just stays private. He stays out of the way.
He gonna marry a basketball.
He stays out of the way.
I ain't say Kevin Durant mess with men. All I said was Kevin Durant sleep with a basketball. He gonna marry a basketball. He don't care about sex. Basketball. All right? I stand on that. If Kevin Durant was in my face, all 6'11" of him, you don't really like people, do you? You just like basketball. Huh? I ain't never seen when the Warriors won the championship, him celebrating on the stage. I don't remember that. I don't remember Kevin Durant. All I remember only time I seen Kevin Durant take a picture when he won the MVP and he cried and told his mama she was the real MVP. Other than I never go look at his Instagram. Go look at he don't take pictures. He only have pictures of him working out. And now I ain't lying.
That's what he does. That's his focus. That's his image, and that's what he wants to protect. And like I said, sometimes in protecting your image, you need to say nothing. Less is more. Talk about Beyonce.
You protect your image if you look. And my thing is Kevin Durant popping now, bro. He wouldn't do it.
Even if you're popping, so why are you arguing? Like, that's what I tell y'all. Like, why
you ain't been doing that? People? But why you ain't been doing that? Like this, if you can't tell me you came out in 07. So that was a year after I graduated from high school. So is you year 14 almost?
Yeah.
So you're year 13, maybe 14. And in year 13, in the summertime, you start popping. Kevin Durant had not been firing back at people. True or false?
He does from burner accounts.
That don't count.
Yes, it does. You do.
No, it don't, bro.
He's been firing back. Oh,
if you're not standing on 10, if you're not standing on 10 about it, it don't count, bro.
Like, bro, grow up. Like, that's all that I can say. Like, grow up. You are. First of all, if you gonna like, Kendrick Perkins was basically like, you can say whatever you want to say about me. You can say what you want to say, bro.
You talking about Draymond?
Yeah, bro. You can say whatever you want to say, but one, you're not pulling up, and two, in my girl legal hype voice, bruh, you're not gonna pull up, and what you're not gonna do is call me a coon. You can say whatever, and that job is what it is. But what you're not gonna do is get away with calling me out my name. And so for me, if Kevin Durant would have done that to begin with and not gone between burner accounts, people would stop coming for him. But if you're gonna be a little cowardly and hide behind a burner, now you want to say something. Why are you talking to these people?
Why are you so pressed?
Why are you talking to them?
Why are you so pressed?
Who are they? Like, literally, Stephen A. is the commentator. He's going to say what he got to say. But when you pull up on him at the NBA Finals once you win, what up, though? That's it. Hit him with that. What up, though?
Like, not even that, bro. Like,
what makes more sense?
I think for me, it's just like, Katie, not even Kyrie. You your own Super Bowl. Kevin Durant played. Well, again, he sleeps, eats, dreams basketball. That's what you do. You a walking bucket. That's you. When you healthy, you on the court, right? You're not making excuses. You're not doing the back and forth. It's not he none of that, right? You playing basketball. You're not taking off on your birthday, right? You're not doing that. I can't even. That's fine. KD don't. Kyrie do, right? All I'm saying is they're not even in the same boat.
I agree.
And y'all supposed to be best friends. This don't seem This is not best friend shit. Okay? For anybody who got a best friend, this ain't how we operate.
Men are weird.
This,
No, I don't
first
know.
of all,
Y'all are weird.
we best friends. We best friends, and you're not gonna get the shot. So you gonna leave me on stuck. I was top right there to be trade him, not James Harden.
Well, first of all, here's my thing with them both right now. Like I said, I would make TikTok videos at the end. I would make the media would hate me so much because it would be so much fun. As you said, as they're walking buckets, just go get buckets. Everything you gotta say is a bucket. Like I would repost back at Stephen A buckets. I would repost back at Stephen A stats. Talk to me when you me. Talk to me when you me. Talk to me when wherever I go, people know my name and I'm a Hall of Famer. Talk to me then. Until then, there is like, listen, I'm not Kevin Durant and I do what I do, and there ain't nothing nobody gonna say that I'm gonna go back and forth with you on Twitter. Like, boy, I be playing music for y'all. I be dropping in songs that's Twitter approved with all the lyrics that I needed to tell y'all, and we be laughing behind it and dancing. So enough on him. We moving on to Deshaun Watson, who's another hot topic that won't go away. We mentioned Westbrook opted in. He will stay a Laker. Deshaun Watson is, gosh, this stuff has been going on, I feel like, for all of COVID.
John Wall to the Clippers.
Kawhi Leonard approved that message. He posted a video with his lack of personality as well. But again, sometimes a little bit is a lot. A little bit is a lot.
You know that man ain't played basketball in 3 seasons?
It hasn't been that long.
John Wall ain't played basketball.
Oh, well, John Wall hasn't. But we'll see. He should be healthy.
He been getting $40 million.
Yeah, he should have a lot of reserve energy.
Like, hey, Houston didn't even try to play. And you know what? That says a lot about him as well. That they felt like you were going to take. But
we're talking to Deshaun Watson. John Wall ain't that big of a story because he ain't played in 3 years. No one cares. I know that's your guy.
He's going to play for 3 years.
But
he's talking to... No, he played last year.
He's trending.
He's not playing
so you're on Twitter. You're on Twitter. John Wall's not trending today. Deshaun Watson is trending today. So we're talking to Deshaun Watson
every day.
Deshaun Watson court hearing.
Go ahead.
He's killing me, Shaw.
He killing me. Deshaun Watson killing me. You ain't thrown the football in over 3 seasons.
Well, he hasn't thrown it in a game. He's obviously been practicing. His hearing was today. All but 3 women have settled. The NFL is trying to decide whether or not they're going to suspend him indefinitely. So his legal team doesn't think that there's a reason for him to be suspended indefinitely.
If somebody punched a woman and got indefinite, you getting indefinite, bro. It went from 22 to 65. You getting indefinite. Ain't that me? Listen, 22 women.
Nobody, like, Deshaun Watson's situation is sketchy, but we're going to move on to who else is trending, and that's Brittney Griner. Brittney Griner also appeared in court yesterday over in Russia. And if you saw the picture, we posted it on our Facebook page. Brittney Griner, the emotion that was there was like shock, embarrassment. Brittney Griner is being detained for hash oil in Russia. She's been there since February. That is a long time. She's not set to be released for at least another 6 months. Her trial is set to begin on July 1st. So I don't know how they do in Russia, but I'm assuming they think the trial is going to take 6 months.
That's a quick trial.
6 months? 6 months is not a quick trial.
Oh, the trial gonna take. I thought they would. I think 6 months. I was saying quick, like we at trial. She got locked up February.
Yeah, she's at trial.
You never go to trial in the United States without a year. So that's crazy. But why is it gonna take 6 months? Y'all got that much evidence? Was y'all gonna tell us Brittney Griner was the Russian plug?
I don't know. It is all very, very, like
anything
I said.
To not talk about Deshaun Watson. He going in the Kanye box. Until he play football, he in the Kanye box. I'm not discussing him no more. Because Brittney Griner, that is something serious. That's something, I'm glad that everybody in the NBA took it serious and they started commenting, they started tweeting, and Adam Silver was using the platform to, and I just hope everything works out for Brittney Griner, because I know damn well we're not going to stop this girl from playing for a little bit of, you said hash and oil. That better stop. Yeah, I better stop. Y'all know that girl just trying to get high while she over there in Russia, okay? It probably ain't much for her to do. I don't know if she cheated on her wife or not, but The Russian women look like me. We know Brittney don't like me.
Disclaimer: Mr. Shaw's a comedian. I don't know where he randomly comes up with this shit from, but disclaimer: he's a comedian.
What? They wrong. Like they wrong for doing her like that. Behind look, it ain't even weed. Some hash. Y'all been hash and oil. That girl just trying to get high. First of all, she had to go to another country because we won't pay over here. Because I just started paying WNBA once I realized I could bet on it. All right. So we've been disrespectful as hell. Okay, me included. Extremely included. I always disrespect the WNBA. I'm going to stand on 10 and say it loud. I'm wrong for that. Okay? But for somebody to be detained because they got to go, she can't get money over here with the Aces. They paying $100,000?
She plays for the Mercury, not the Aces.
Oh, my fault. I just told you I don't know nothing. So how much she get paid?
Asia Wilson plays. She's a top player, but she doesn't make. I don't think
Asia Wilson different. I don't even want to talk about Asia. She's so different. Asia different.
Oh, you see it now, like it's some real ballers in the WNBA, but you didn't want to listen to me when I was.
I'm talking about she look good. I ain't talking about her ability to play.
Well, anyway, I'm not gonna go there because I was about to tell you something. But anyway, listen, prayers to Brittney Griner. Her wife had tried to make a call for her, going through the U.S. Embassy. I guess the U.S. Embassy is also understaffed because whoever was supposed to be there when she was getting the call patched through, they weren't available. So, some real ghetto stuff taking place in between the United States and Russia. And so I want to talk about the ghetto stuff that's taking place as well, Mr. Shaw. The United States, the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court, we are going back to the twilight zone. The United States Supreme Court has actually reversed Roe versus Wade. And I talked about this a little bit on the Situationship Talk. But, y'all, I'm concerned. I am concerned.
Excuse me.
For anybody who lives in this nation that's not concerned, just on the fact of, first of all, we're repealing laws, right? I think that people want to focus on women don't need abortion. It's not your body. It's not really your business. And that's fine until it's your daughter laying on the table that's about to die. It's fine until we decide where the hell are these kids going? Okay? Where that's my biggest question. Like, for all these pro-lifers, I wish one of them would run up on me. Like, we're going to save a fetus, but y'all believe in the electric chair. You're going to save a fetus, but where are they going? Because, Mr. Shaw, what do you do with things that you don't want?
I give them my little cousins.
Do you give everything to your little cousins?
Everything I want, I give it to them.
Or you throw stuff in the trash as well?
I don't throw nothing away. Yeah. Man, look, as a man, I feel like all men need to shut up and mind their business. Because that's not your business. That's my opinion.
But it is your business because you're a father. So what if
No. I'm saying from the aspect of it's not my business because I can't tell a woman what to do with her body. And that's what's wrong with society. Y'all always trying to tell somebody what they should do or what you think they need to do. I don't have no opinion on it because I'm not a woman. And I think everybody need to be realistic. There are conversations that women put their input on and shouldn't have. But that's not what we're talking about. Men, you don't have a vagina, you don't have ovaries, you can't carry babies. Be quiet.
But your daughters do. And I think that's what men have been able to be cowardly and pull out of conversations, but your daughters do. And what
I don't want to pull out because I'm cowardly.
But what the United States has said is, if someone were to rape a man's daughter, your daughter is forced to carry around a hell-spawn seed. Okay? If your daughter is sick and needs an abortion because it's her life or the baby's life, your daughter could die. Who has life already? If your daughter or your wife, right? Because men don't think about that. Your wife, how would you feel as a man if your wife was carrying around a dead baby because babies die? And your wife is walking around with a dead baby inside her. How would you feel every day that you know that baby has no heartbeat? But you can't get an abortion in the state of Texas because at this point, it's necessary. It's necessary.
I said it's a woman's body. I'm not pulling out the conversation. I feel like as a man, a woman should do what she wants to do with her body. That's how I feel. I'm not pulling out the conversation. I'm as a man understanding that my opinion don't really matter here because I can't bear a child. I can't carry a child. So who am I to say, hey, you lay down, you need to have that baby? No. Because this means they lay down every day and don't take care of the baby.
And some of them don't need to have the babies. Like, that's the thing. Some of these hell spawns, like, listen, people, and that's my biggest thing, right? People throw away what they don't want. So it doesn't matter how you look at it. These kids are going to be a part of this society. These kids are going to be unwanted because guess what? They're going to throw the baby away still. You're going to find that baby in the trash can. The hospital, you're going to force them to take it home. They're going to throw the baby away anyway. And people are willing to deal with their consequences. Women are going to go have unsafe abortions. It's just, like I said, as our mother is saying, right? What about overturning the Lovings case for interracial marriage? Like, right? We're looking at some sketchy things that when we start going in overturning, and then what about Brown versus Board of Education? Right? Do we not want our kids to have a chance to be equally educated?
Even though kids don't want to be, even though everybody does deserve to be, but we know, like I know, most kids of color don't really want to be around kids without color. Still deserve the same education, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing where we are. Like, when you start overturning cases, these are things like your child is not black completely. That people can tell her, oh, we don't want you at the white school. Like, what? Yeah, that's where y'all get the best education my tax dollars pay for. So I just think it's we are in a position in our society.
My child definitely gonna be one of them. Oh, I'm gonna call my dad. She definitely not gonna say auntie a day. She ain't gonna do that. She gonna tell him if I call my auntie a day, she gonna shut it down.
That's what she gonna tell people. But the thing is, I just look at things from a holistic perspective of where we are, and it's not about our rights, right? I may be blessed to live 50 years, right? But we got kids that are gonna live 50 years. So these are things that they're gonna have to live with and deal with, and we don't know what's gonna happen. And I just think that it's a very scary thing. And for young people, protect yourselves, be mindful. For fathers, just be mindful of what's going on because your wives could be dealing with this stuff. Wives have abortions, girlfriends have to have abortions, pregnancies. Like, it's bigger than these people walking around with, I believe in life. Well, let's protect the lives that are already here. Let's have a plan for these babies once they get here. Where are they going to go? People abandon babies every single day. And kids that are abandoned are some of the most difficult kids to teach, difficult kids to heal, because they need to know why somebody decided they didn't want them. You made them get them here. Now you make them deal with the fact that their parents left them to never return. So those are just things that we're talking about, women and power. So in a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more fun things before we get out of here. Nellyville is 20 years old as we transition into music and entertainment. Nellyville album is 20 years old. Mr. Shaw, I just don't have time for you and this foolishness, bro.
Not Nellyville.
Like, people wear Air Force Ones because of Nellyville. Wasn't nobody rocking no Air Force Ones? Was you rocking that Air Force Ones prior to that?
Nah, I ain't had no G-Nikes.
And did you get G-Nikes after the song came out?
I don't know. No, I'm a Reebok guy. I was a Reebok guy. I didn't. Nelly song went hard though. I mean,
you've never had a pair of Air Force Ones.
Yeah, I had a pair of Air Force Ones, but not then. I ain't had no Air Force Ones in high school. I got no some in college. I was off Reeboks by that time. Nah, I remember Nellyville. It's just 20 years.
Hot in
Hall of
Here,
Famer.
Dilemma.
Eagle On probably was on there too.
Eagle On wasn't on that one, but his album is 7 times platinum. So you can't ask for no more than that. 20 years old, 7-time platinum. So shout out for Nelly for staying relevant that long. You know, every album, and that's the thing that people don't understand about music, like, right? Just like we talking about these athletes, how hard it is to get a hit. How hard it is. We talk about this every day to go viral. Like, that's your hit. That one moment may be your moment. For these artists to be able to be relevant, like, if you've ever been in a club, you've heard Hot in Here. You know, you've heard Air Force Ones. If you have, these young kids haven't heard Dilemma because, oh Lord, sometimes with them, you know, Jason Tatum said I was born in 1998. It took me out, Mr. Shaw. I don't care what you said. That comment took me out. Like,
I don't know why. It took you out because it took you out because you don't listen.
I listen, but it doesn't make it acceptable.
I've been around these kids. I tell you asking these kids, they don't do research. First of all, our people don't do research. Right? Take it. The next generation. Let me tell you what gets me. Right? Let me tell you what gets me. Don't nobody ever call me and ask me how to do. I don't ask people how to do stuff no more. I don't ask people no questions no more. If it's something I need to figure out, YouTube or Google will tell me. So for Jason Tatum to say that lets us know that y'all didn't watch highlights growing up. I don't know nothing about that. And y'all have accessibility to YouTube. Could have watched any highlights in the world you want to, but you haven't. So again, I'm not mad at Jason Tatum because I've been working with the kids since 2013. They a little slow.
I'm listening. I'm not mad at him. I'm just using it as my reference point because I will forever be like, you know, I'm gonna start telling people that I was born in 1998.
Yeah, Nelly used to go to St. Louis.
Anything
Nelly
I don't know,
like an overall rap go. Like Nelly ain't, you know, he ain't like.
But like Nelly is dope for what Nelly was able to do.
Yeah, and Nelly a rap goat for sure.
And also Boomerang, right? So we had this conversation today. Boomerang is celebrating 30 years. So when we talk about hits, legends, Martin just did the reunion. Like young Martin people you say what?
Hey girl said Boomerang.
Boomerang is celebrating 30 years. That's what this show was developed for, Mr. Shaw. I'm about to put you out, bro. Like, what are you talking about? You ain't seen Boomerang?
Out of all the Eddie
I know you have.
Out of all the Eddie Murphy movies, you said Boomerang?
Boomerang is celebrating 30 years. That's what we're talking about.
When Harlem Nights came out, Harlem Nights ain't celebrated 30 years yet.
Sir, do you let's see when Harlem Nights came out. Is that the one you want to talk about? Is that your favorite Eddie Murphy movie?
87. No, that's not my favorite Eddie Murphy movie.
Okay. It came out in 89.
Yeah, right, yeah. Beverly Hills Cop's my favorite, all three of them. No,
okay, so do you want to have a show where we celebrate the talking about Eddie Murphy movies? Is that what
No. Eddie a go, but Eddie not like Eddie movies are legendary, but nah. We don't got no conversation about Eddie.
Okay, so we'll talk about Harlem Nights in 5 years when it celebrates 35 years, Mr. Shaw, okay? You want that to
wait? We gotta wait. We gotta wait till his better movie is 35. We gotta talk about Boomerang, where Mike Tyson ex-girlfriend was breaking his heart. Boy, this something.
We're talking about Boomerang because it's celebrating 30 years of culture.
She broke Mike Tyson heart. Why are we talking about her? That movie was really based around her. Like, no, I don't want to do that. Martin was in that movie. Alan Greer was in that movie.
That's what we're talking about.
No. Robin, I can't even think of her name. Robin Givens? No, I don't like the whole movie.
So because Robin Givens, because his heart got broke, there's an issue.
She had Eddie holding his shirt, playing Eddie for a sucker. No, I ain't doing it. I ain't like that. Eddie was out here trying to be a good man. She left Eddie with his heart broke. No,
isn't that life?
Boomerang is in my top 5 worst movies of all time.
Why?
Because it ain't like it's a love and basketball or nothing like that. It ain't like impression. You know, it's okay. Bro,
so what makes the movie okay?
Boomerang wouldn't even rank in Eddie's top 10. You go Dr. Dolittle over Boomerang. I guarantee you will. I guarantee it. That's a Disney movie.
Mr. Shaw, but we're not talking. We're just talking about the fact that it was released 30 years ago today, June 28th, 1992. Okay. Black movies should be celebrated. And we also have to keep young people in tune of what they need to go back and see. It is a classic. Nobody said it's great.
They ain't seen it. They ain't seen it.
Right, but you got to have a list of stuff to see. Like, you got to know that Shaft existed. Like, that's how we get to these levels. Somebody has to
tell them it's 3 Shafts. You got to let them know it's 3 of them.
Right, but Foxy Brown, like, how do you know these things that people don't talk about? How? Nobody said this is Eddie Murphy's greatest role. Like, but I like Boomerang. I think Boomerang is a cute little silly movie, and it's a different aspect of the culture. And the fact of people like Eddie Murphy and Martin have had long careers. Thinking about the fact that this movie is 30 years old.
When Vampire in Brooklyn come out? I gotta be around the same time. Nah, it was later. That was like 98. I was a big kid when that came out.
This dude is so random.
I'm just thinking about Eddie Murphy movies, bro. Like you said Boomerang. And again, I give this 30 years that with quick shoot, RIP, what's her name?
Yeah, but Mr. Shaw, like again, you know, I don't know how serious you took your news reporting classes. Obviously not great. It's the story. It's what's trending. It's what people are covering. Boomerang turned 30. Okay?
I ain't feel it. That's like you asking me a question about a Duke play. If it ain't that Taylor, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. Like, I'm just telling you. You want my honest opinion, don't you?
We're just talking about the movie. We're talking about you introduced the plot.
Movie.
You introduced the plot of the movie. You said you didn't like the movies because you didn't like that Eddie Murphy got his heart broken by
Eartha Kitt was real in that movie than Robin Givens. Wow.
So why are you mad at Robin Givens because she decided that she didn't want to be a good woman that day? Why are you mad?
You broke it. I ain't even finna do this.
You're giving me broken-hearted energy. So
whatever. You know what? You know who didn't have a broken heart? Kane. You know what happened to him? He ain't make it to Atlanta.
He got killed.
He ain't make it to Atlanta.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about right now?
See what happened when you're in love?
Well, y'all, that is going to be it for Pull Up the Podcast. This is
Quincy McCall was waiting on them steps just to get some conversation.
You say what?
Quincy McCall was waiting.
Quincy McCall was effing up, and that's what men do. So do not turn this into a man versus woman situation.
AKA the fat mom. We're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
Quincy McCall was out here getting disrespected.
Do you want to do it?
Quincy McCall was getting disrespected.
Quincy McCall was being disrespectful because his feelings got hurt. He decided he wanted to go.
And then you know you've been in the NBA. You fall back and be a stay-at-home dad for your girl to go play in the WNBA where she ain't making no money, man.
If you want a better movie, then go write it. Okay?
No, that movie was pressure.
But if you mad at Boomerang, you go write a better movie. Let me see your story come to life.
Bro, it's gonna be easy to write a love story better than Boomerang. Come on, bro. You just said it. Boomerang not in Eddie top 10.
Yeah, but it was
15.
Again, it was a cute black film. Everything is not supposed to be again, it's hard to get a hit. It's hard.
I'm not. Nah.
You go get a hit. You come back and tell me.
You taking it the wrong way. You taking it the wrong way. I'm
taking it how you gave it to me.
No, that's not how I gave it to you. That's not how I gave it to you. I didn't say the movie was bad. I didn't say the movie wasn't good. I've seen Boomerang multiple times. Boomerang has never come on. I cut the movie off. But I'm saying
jerk.
I'm not being a jerk. Eddie was disrespected in that movie to the T, to the max.
So your feelings was hurt that he was disrespected. Got it.
He knew Monica was gonna pass it. Monica, I don't even want to talk about it no more. That's why Mike Tyson.
You know what? We can have a love and basketball conversation next week if you want to go off because you can't out love and basketball me. You can't.
I can't out love and basketball you. You know how many times that is a get butt movie.
You cannot out love and basketball me.
You know how many times I got butt to love and basketball.
You see how quick I got that?
Love and basketball and ATL are guaranteed to get you some sex. I done had sex dancers on that couch after y'all left out and watched the little basketball. Come on now. Listen, love and basketball is the go-to.
I'm not even gonna talk about you in the couch. But anyway, love and basketball. We can have a love and basketball conversation next week. I got the tape and the DVD.
I want to talk about Boomerang.
We were simply talking about his 30-year anniversary. I need to go eat dinner. I'm sick of you for the night. Okay. Go. That's why your kid gonna give you hell today. And you know what? With that,
she's staying with her grandma.
This is your girl Candy K. Lynn.
And your boy Shot-Town Shot K, the Fat Mamba.
And this is another episode of Pull Up the Podcast here on Metaverse and on YouTube Live. Like, share, and follow for additional content. We appreciate you guys rocking with us for 4 seasons. Until next week.
We out. Pull up.